So this is the second part of the chapter on ethics and social responsibility. In the first part, we looked at ethics, which are individual, what you do, whether you're doing things good or bad, are ethics. When we talk about a company, we don't usually refer to a company as being ethical or not ethical. Instead, we talk about companies being socially responsible, okay? So let me see if I can get this going. So the term social responsibility talks about ethics for companies. So when we talk about a company, as I said, you don't refer to a company being ethical or not ethical. With companies, there's really two schools of thought. One school of thought says, if I play by the rules, if I don't break any laws, if I do what the government tells me to do, I pay my taxes, if I do these things, that's all you can ask of me. Because I started my coffee shop. I started I went into business to make a profit. So if I'm following the rules, that's it. That's all you can ask of me. Another school of thought says that this company is part of society, and because it is part of society, we have an obligation to do things above and beyond, to do things better than, So that's the dilemma. Are you just in business to make a profit, or are you in business to be making the world a better place? Now, there are levels of bad to good, and that's what this continuum looks at. It looks at the companies that are obstructionist, companies that do bad things, then defensive, accommodative, and proactive. I'm not comfortable in a public video to give all the different examples that I gave in class. Just know that a company that is obstructionist is one that is choosing to behave in a way that is not ethical and often outright illegal. Obstructionist companies have no problem giving pollution. They have no problem treating their workers badly, treating their customers badly. That's obstructionist. Defensive are companies that defensive can be summed up by the line there, play by the rules and do nothing more. And so that's kind of the attitude I was talking about of, as long as I do what I'm supposed to do, pay my taxes, treat my workers fairly, treat my customers fairly, that's all you can ask of me. That's what defensive is. Accommodative is one step better. And in class, I made the point that most companies try to be accommodative. They try to do things that are good for the majority. The example I gave in class is here on the slide, that Coke is a good example of a company that sponsors lots of teams around the world, does a lot of good things around the world. I told the story of them painting, allowing paint in Nepal for all types of shops. So Coke does good things. But they also make sure everything that they do that's good, you see a big red Coca-Cola to remind you of it. So that's an example of a company that is accommodative. They do good, but you can't really say they're great. The companies that are actually at the level of great is considered to be proactive. And the example I used in class was Ben & Jerry's ice cream. From the very first time that Ben & Jerry formed their ice cream company, they have always given money to charity every single year. They pay their workers more than they need to, and they make sure that their top management doesn't make an outrageously high salary. Their attitude has been from the very beginning that we are part of society and we need to be part of what's making the world a better place. So, different types of social responsibility. Social responsibility is important because it helps reputation. If all companies act socially, that brings the quality of life of the whole planet up. And that ends the chapter on ethics in social responsibility.